G'day guys, welcome to a very process heavy layout. Okay, so this video goes for about 17 minutes, okay, nearly 18 minutes. I have sped it up big time because I've left the whole process in so you can all see exactly what I did in this whole crazy full-on blinged up layout. I absolutely love how it turned out. I hope you love it too. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to chuck it out there. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe because it super helps out my channel and it allows other people who might be looking for scrapbooking content to find my channel. So if you don't mind, a like, a subscribe, a comment, please. I want to hear the comments about this. This one is awesome. So, got that out of the way. Let's get into it. So what I've done is, if you go back and have a look, and I will tag it in here in the video. Sorry, I just have to write that down. I can't do two things at once. I will tag the process video. So what I did is I used my... What did I use on these? These were the distress inks. Okay, so I used distress ink and I used photo paper. So normal KODAK 4x6 photo printing paper. That's all I used. And I used the smooshy technique and a bit of water, and I created these. To me, they sort of look tie-dye. Once I cut them up, they sort of look tie-dye to me. So I created a rainbow. Can you believe I actually did another rainbow layout? I didn't do any rainbow layouts until very recently, and now I feel like I've done probably 4 or 5 of them. I'm not one normally for rainbows, and for some reason, if you're looking to the right and you can see my book, for some reason I can have so many things in my head, but do you think I can keep the correct rainbow order in my head? Drives me crackers. It's okay. All right, so now what I've done is I've cut them all to 1/2 inch wide, and I was using tape to start off here, and I switched to glue because boy oh boy, I would have been here for a year. I didn't mind though, because if you're new to my channel, something that I like doing is repetitive process. I like doing things that have impact because it's a repetitive process. I love that. Sometimes I do super bright like this, and sometimes I do very muted. I do black and white. I do monotone. This is me, okay? You can have a laugh right about now. This is me trying to figure out, I wanted to do a rainbow, but I didn't want an entire rainbow. And then I sort of thought, how do I want this to sit? That doesn't look quite right. So I left this in. And the reason I left this in is because we all do this. So if you're new to scrapbooking and you think to yourself, oh, I just can't do it. I can't get it right. It's not right the first time. None of us get it right the first time. None of us. And even if you make a mistake, my big thing with scrapbooking, and because the reason I do this channel and the reason I wanted to start doing this channel is I don't want people to be disheartened because it didn't work the first time. Memory keeping is yours. You own it. It's yours. You do with it what you see fit. If you think it looks right, then it's right. It doesn't matter how someone else perceives your work. It's yours. I have started a Facebook group. There's about 45, something like that over there at the moment. And I encourage people to share their work because I think it's important for other people to see that this might be my interpretation of a rainbow, but someone else's interpretation might be very different. So this particular rainbow, so what I'm doing, you can see the little loops there. So I've cut the 4x6, so they're 4-inch strips. That's how I've cut them. And I'm folding them in half so they end up being 2 inches in height. Now I'm not squishing them down at this point. Yes, this is a lot of bulk. Now the reason I put a lot of bulk on here is because this one went on my wall. I knew that this one was going on the wall, and I have sat and squished it. It will squish down, not a problem, and have less bulk to it, and it still looks just as effective. So I'm just going through and I'm doing all the rainbow colors. Now at this point, what I was really noticing was the photo paper was leaving a it felt almost like a chalky residue on my fingers. No clue why. I don't know why. It just must have been cutting it up, or I don't know. But now this rainbow, you're probably looking at it going, why didn't you just do a full arch? Why didn't you do all the way to the bottom or something like that? I didn't want it to take up all that space. So I'm not remotely finished yet. This is only 6 minutes in, and it goes for, and I've sped this up. I think I sped it up 8 times. I'll have a quick look, see if I can see. No, I can't. I think it's sped up 8 times. So it comes together. I switched over to the glue because the tape runner was just taking way too long. It was holding it, and it wasn't an issue at all, and it wasn't popping back open, but the glue was 1,000 times quicker. And because I use art glitter glue, which most people have probably heard of it, but art glitter glue is doesn't have glitter in it. It doesn't have glitter in it at all, but she's strong. That glue, the tiniest little bit, once, and you don't have much muck around time with it. You literally get a very, very short amount of time to adjust anything. If you're new to scrapbooking, I would recommend that you give the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive a try, because it's not the cheapest. Look, neither's art glitter glue, to be honest with you, but the amount that you use, you don't use much at all, honestly. And that's something that I love, the art glitter glue, but I also make mini albums as well, and which I haven't made one for ages, but that glue, it holds on tight and nothing will let go. Like I do my spines and everything with the art glitter glue, and I've never had one fail ever in the years I've been using the glue. So if you want to know where you can get it, you can get it from Cass and Jacques from Confessions. No, not Confessions. It is Cass. I apologize. What's it called? Hang on. Let me pull out one of your cards. What's it called? I've got Crazy Craft Obsessions. That's what it's called. And they have a Facebook group, and they also have www.crazycraftobsessions.com. So you can get art glitter glue there. I will actually, I'll put a link to it's. There's no kickback or anything like that. I just think that they're awesome people, and I love to support local where I can. So, okay. That looks a bit wonky donkey, doesn't it? Stick with the process. Just stick with the process. It works in the end. What I'm actually using on... Okay, I sped this up super, super speedy because I figured you might be getting sick of looking at the rainbow at this point. So I've cut the leftover bits in half, and I've created little... If you imagine the sunshine shining through the rainbow, and you get that reflection. That's kind of where my inspiration was for this. So as you can see, I'm just cutting up super fine. There may be 2mm wide strips, and I'm just gluing them down behind the folded over bits. I'm trying to think. I don't even know what to call them because I've never done something like this before. Kind of looks like an echidna. If you're an Aussie, you'll know what I'm talking about. An echidna. It's one of our cute little animals that we have, and I think their babies are the cutest little things, and they're called a puggle. Isn't that adorable? Like, if you had a baby, you would want it to be called a puggle. It's just the cutest little thing. Anyway, moving on. I'm getting hung up on animals at the moment. I was watching something this morning. It was a funniest video. It was a funny video compilation of dogs, just dogs being funny, dogs doing stupid things. And I've got to tell you, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Sometimes I just click on random stuff on YouTube. But today, what am I watching today? I will be on, I think today I'm going a bit of Netflix, I think, or maybe Prime. Haven't been on Prime for a while. I might jump on there and have a look and see what they've got. I find Prime doesn't seem to have a lot of new stuff very often, but I do like a bit of an unsolved mystery. I do like that, and that is on Prime. And okay, so I'm going along now, and I'm cutting the, it's so cool in fast forward, isn't it? Looks like I'm Speedy Chopper. So I'm just going along with my Tim Holtz mini snips, and I'm just cutting a point onto the end of all these, so it emphasizes the point more. And yeah, it's getting heavy at this point. When I did that, I realized, whoo, she's getting heavy. I think I need to add another back sheet to this, so another border. So that was something I was thinking of. Now, it's at this point that I decide I didn't do my distress ink background before I put all that on, because it would have just been a waste of ink. You don't need it all the way around. You just needed it where it was shining through, just to give it a bit of interest behind the rainbow. And I just used a bit of the Candy Apple. I have got the full list of colours, and I will have them all listed below. They're all distress inks. None of them are oxides, but you can do, I actually played with all different kinds of, I used distress oxides, I used distress inks, I used mica powders, I used half a dozen different things on the photo paper, and the distress inks came out the brightest, and because I was doing a rainbow, that's why I used distress inks. So I'm just adding. Now, the good thing about this is you can actually add onto the, I had way too much ink there, and you can actually add onto the photo paper as you're going, and it just keeps absorbing it. It's so, whoa, it's so cool. Sorry about that. Just a reminder. So now I'm just drying off, because I didn't prep the textured cardstock. It's the American Crafts textured cardstock. So I didn't actually prep it with anything. So now I'm just pushing it down a little bit. You can see how bulky it is. Initially, it sort of concerned me as I was going, but then it sort of made a stadium seating sort of position for my photos. So I'm just using up some little bits and pieces. These are small photos that I've printed on my Epson printer, and they were leftovers from when I had done other pages. I didn't want to throw them out. The expense of printing them, they're not cheap, so I wanted to use them, and I ended up excluding one of the photos because it was of one of my other kids, and it turns out that all these are of Jennifer. So I went through and I started putting some sequins on my rainbow, And then I went crazy. However, I absolutely love how it turned out. Now this sequins was, if you're an Aussie, I got it from I think it was Overflow or Bargain Central, and it was just a bag of mixed sequins, all different colors, and they work perfectly. It was so good. So then I just turned around and I was getting really good with my little picky uppy tool. That pickup tool I got from, I think it was Amazon. Amazon, $2.99. It's the best. It was so good. It's got a wax tip on one end, and it's got like a pointy pickup bit at the other end. So it worked a treat. So at this point, I'm looking at it and wow, it looks so good. Then I had to turn it over and put some tape on it. Now you can see how it's sticking out that one side. When I put this in my album, when it comes off the wall and goes into an album, I will trim that down, and it won't bother me to give that a bit of a trim. Sorry about my head in the way there. I had to line it all up so it was straight. And for some reason that bit didn't want to come out. So now I've got a black border. The only reason I used black is because it completely contrasts the rest of there was just no more color required. Now these gold thickers, they are, let me see, they're called Beautiful by American Crafts, and I've struggled to use them, but here you go. Here's the close-up, guys. Let me know below what you think. There is a lot of texture, but you can push that down, and when it goes in your album, it won't be anywhere near as bulky. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the process. And there is a mixed media post to show you how to use it. Use the photo paper and how to do it. Let me know, and especially let me know if you give it a try. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. Thanks, guys. Chat to you soon. Bye.